sons of men. Sitting under his gray shadow, I blossom in his shade, enjoying the sweet taste of his pleasant, delicious fruit, resting with delight where his glory never fades. Suddenly, he transported me into his house of wine, or other versions say he brought me to his banqueting table. And his banner over me was love. So he says here, suddenly he transported me into his house of wine. He looked upon me with his unrelenting love divine. Revive me with your raisin cakes. Refresh me again with your apples. Help me and hold me, for I am lovesick. I am longing, for yet how could I take more? His left hand cradles my head, while his right hand holds me close. I am at rest in his love. Remember that. I am at rest in his love. And then what happens? She hears his voice. She says, listen, I hear my lover's voice. I know it's him coming to me, leaping with joy over mountains, skipping in love over the hills that separate us to come to me. Let me describe him. He is graceful as a gazelle, swift as a wild stag. Now he comes closer, and even to the place where I hide. He gazes into my soul, peering through the portal as he blossoms within my heart. And I hear him call to me, and he says, arise, arise, hurry, come away with me, come away with me. Now, if you've ever heard me speak on the Song of Solomon before, you know that Song of Solomon 2, he comes. You're resting in his love. You're there. He's got you in the arm. You're hiding out in him. And he looks at you. You start to hear his voice, and he looks at you, and he says, you're comfortable. Now, arise. Let's get up. Let's get up. You've had a resting time. You've had a time to gaze at me. I'm going to teach you something new here. I'm taking you from your comfort zone, and I'm calling you to climb. Get up the mountain. And if you study this mountain was scary back then. It had mountain lions. It wasn't like, we romanticize everything in our minds, especially the Song of Solomon. Climb up the mountain, and you're thinking, yellow flowers, green grass. I'm Heidi. Woo, I'm going up the mountains or whatever. And it's not that way. It's not that way. And he never says it's going to be that way. He says, if you come with me, I'm going to teach you something. I'm taking you from your comfort zone because I want to see your face where? Up here, because you're made for high places. You're made for high places. Now, trust me, come on up here. So that's where I'm starting. Now, I believe we are in a season where we're climbing. I know I'm climbing. I'm climbing. I'm climbing. I'm climbing. And I should have known. He gets me every time with this. He's always doing that to me. He's always like, come on, come on. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I forgot again. You're calling me up higher. I just leaped. Now we want to go again. And he said, yeah. We're going to climb, church. We're going to climb, bride. You have an assignment, and you're to climb. Your assignment is out of your comfort zone, not what you think you can do or what you can handle. It's a climb. It's a climb, and it's out of your comfort zone. So I know 2019, in September, he started talking to me, like, about things. You know how he starts talking about stuff. You're going to do this. This is it. I go in my bathroom. I start hearing him. I'm like just picking up. And he goes, Laura, 2019, it's the year of life. And it's your year of birthing. And I was like, it's the year of life. It's your year of birthing. I mean, what? I'm like, okay. And so I wrote it down. And so then in December, I'm on my way to one thing. I'm in the car. I'm taking a nap. and I have this dream. And in the dream, my friend Demetria, she's on stage. Y'all. She lives in Virginia. I wish she lived here. She sings really good. My friend Demetria, she was on stage here, and she is singing. And in the dream, I'm watching her. Oh, it was so powerful. I'm watching her sing, and it's glory is filling the house. I'm feeling it, and it's intense. And it's, and I'm like, man, okay. I'm watching it, and then I wake up. But I wake up because this voice starts saying, rise and set, rise and set, rise and set, Laura, rise and set. And so I'm like, rise and set. And I'm like, don't you set the table? Because it went from the singing to where I saw Jesus behind this table. Okay? He's behind this table that's set, and his arms are out like this, and he's smiling. He's not saying it, but I hear the voice, rise and set, rise and set. And he's like, like with the thought, like, look, it's set. The table is set. The table is set. And it was like this joyful, like, rise and set, but a command. And so I wake up, and so that's why I'm like, but what are you saying to me? Like, don't you set the table? How am I supposed to? Like I'm confused because I'm just trying to connect what I know. He prepares a table before me in the presence of my enemies. My mind's trying to figure out. So I'm just like, I just sit and I'm just keep asking. And so fast forward to the end of January. So I got some revelation on that at the conference. And I got an assignment. We're in the assignment. We're in the night watch. But at the end of January, a group of us with Bound for Life, we go to the summit. And as Matt Lockett is talking to us, he begins to share this. Do we have any special forces people in here? Anybody was in the special forces? Okay, no big deal because we all are. Okay, so he starts saying this dream that he had. And he had this dream, and in the dream, he's at the bottom of this mountain. And at the bottom of this mountain, there's lots of, like ammunition and waters. And like if you were preparing for something, there's all this at the bottom of the mountain. And it was an army, and there was an army there, and he knew in his mind this was the pro-life army in his mind, and they're preparing to go up, and he hears this voice because he's like, what's going on? And he hears the voice, and it's the voice of God, and he says, they're preparing for a cold ascent. They're preparing for a cold ascent. And so he tells his team that morning when he wakes up, he tells his team, the dream, just to kind of be like, does anybody have any revelation on it? And so there's a guy there who is special forces, and it's a top secret term. I mean, obviously I can say it. It's not like that, but it's a secret term for special forces that are mountaineers, that are just at a specific time in battle because they gain the high ground. And there's a show on Amazon about it. You can go and look. But it's a cold ascent. So he's calling us to a cold ascent. I was like, oh, my goodness. And then he starts speaking on these scriptures. And then the Lord is like, there, I have these patches. That'll make sense in a minute. In Ezekiel, where the call is, he says, I set, and I lay siege. I set men on the wall. I set. So every single one of us has an assignment. This is what the Lord wants you to know today. You have an assignment. You have a personal assignment, and you yoke up with others to complete the assignment, but you have an assignment, and your assignment is not in a comfortable place. It's never going to just remain in a comfortable place. So this is what I want to ask you today. Are you comfortable? Because he's smiling at you from behind the banqueting table if you are. And he's saying, It's set. And I'm going to teach you how to climb. Because if you know the Song of Solomon, if she says no, what happens? You don't want to say no. You don't want to say no. You just want to say yes to the assignment. Because end-time leadership says yes because they're saying the cost is worth it. I can guarantee you, all of the men that were saved in that war because the battle was turned because of the few that were special forces that made it to the top no matter what to annihilate the enemy. Some die on the way, some do whatever, get injured, but all of those that are saved are grateful. There's a cost. There's a cost to the climb, and the cost is worth it. You have an assignment. You have an assignment. I've been having lots of dreams on inheritance. Lots of dreams on inheritance. And he's saying, don't give it away. Don't sell your birthright. Climb the mountain. Don't sell it. You can climb. Don't think you can't. Because when you start to climb, you get tired. You get tired because you're working. It's working. And somewhere along the way, we got where, man, that's just too hard. That must not be the Lord. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? There are seasons. And it's good for you. It's good for you. It exposes your weaknesses. And because you can give all kind of words, you can give all the kind of encouragement you want in life groups, you can give all the kind of calls, you can give all of, the hoorahs. But until you are tested in a season, and I'm not talking just a 2-day season, I'm talking in the 40 years of prayer and not seeing it manifest yet, are you still going to climb? That's the assignment, that you don't live, that stand before him on that day with regret. Because there is a judgment of regret. You will get in, but there will be regret, and you'll feel it for a moment. I don't want that. So you have an assignment, and you can do it. You can do it. In the climb, you can do it. And so in the cold ascent, you heard that? It's cold. It's not a great time to, actually it is a great time to climb, but in our minds, it's not ever a good time to climb. Like, can't it just be where it's like a little bit easier? Like there's not like ice on the rocks to climb? And he's saying, come on, let me teach you how to do this. Let me teach you how to carry a heavy load. I'm working your muscles. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. Nobody has endurance to start out. Nobody. Right, Philip? Nobody that comes to grit or to a Zumba, nobody has endurance for those classes starting out. Nobody. You have a baseline where you start, and that's where he starts you. And when you start feeling like, oh, yeah, I got that. I did 2 classes back to back. He said, now let's step it up. Let's go to the next pitch. Let's go a little higher, because this is from glory to glory. People go, where about glory to glory? Because this is how you get to glory. Glory to glory. You bow low, and you lift a little bit heavier next time. You don't say, oh, that's just too much. That's too much, God. That's just too much. He said, because you don't know how to lift right. You're trying to do it yourself. You don't know how to lift right. There's a certain way to lift where your back doesn't get hurt. Anyway, that's just truth. But I'm telling you, he's teaching right now. This is the word that he's teaching right now, because he's saying, church, it's time to get out of your comfort zone. Get out of the comfort. It's time to go next level. It's time to go next level. And the minute you start building, right? The minute you start building, because that's what he's doing right now, he's bringing restoration. He's building, he's rebuilding the tabernacle. The minute you start building, what happens? That's why the climb isn't easy. Because then accusations start coming. Night watch, Lord, I need my sleep. I mean, it's not like I'm full time here. It's like I still have a job. I still have a job, and 2 a.m. praying for 2 hours? What? I still have a job. This is not healthy. He's like, climb, baby. Climb. Climb. I've called you. Climb. Because you're made for high places. This is warfare. You're in a season of warfare. That's what it is. And the warfare makes you strong. The warfare makes you strong. Let me tell you this. Has anybody seen the documentary, The Dawn Wall? Oh, my God. It's amazing. This is the truth. So cold descent, right? Tracking with me, because there's a lot of little pieces I need to put together. Cold descent. So I've been praying about a watch. Which watch? I don't want to spend money on an athletic watch that won't track me. I hate doing that. And so over a year, I've been doing these watches. It wasn't intentional. I got the Polar watch, okay? And I'm like, you know how you do? You want to take Instagram pictures and got my new watch and look. Well, I forgot to take my picture, my watch, during the workout. So I'm walking out to the car with Zoe on Wednesday. We're headed here for Life Group, and I take a picture of my watch by the car, and I'm like, oh, yeah, I forgot to take it. Let me take a picture. This watch is cool. So I had to wear it today. It doesn't really go with my outfit, but I had to wear it anyway. So I took the picture. When I took the picture, my eyes hit the number of, like, it was 5:13. Do they have that picture? Look, there it is, 5:13. I look at the picture afterwards, and I'm like, y'all know how God speaks? You'll feel it. You'll feel like, what you trying to tell me? It was like 5:13, Laura, 5:13. I'm like, I've never heard anything about the number 5:13. I've heard 2:22. I've heard 1:11. I've heard, like all these prophetic numbers or whatever. And I've said, 5:13, what? So I leave it. Well, I wake up in the middle of the night a couple days later, and I can't go back to sleep. So I say to the Lord, okay, well, I guess I'll turn the night watch on because I can't go to sleep anyway. Might as well pray. Well, this is the honest God truth. Kids, don't try this at home. He said, put on Netflix. I was like, Netflix over the prayer night watch? And he said, yeah, put on Netflix. And so I put on Netflix. I'm like, okay. And the dawn wall catches my eye. He's like, watch that. And I'm like, okay. I turn it on. It's a documentary about a free climber. Y'all know what that sport, free climbing? That is insane. We're free climbers, y'all. It's insane, okay? So I am watching this climb, and it's about El Capitan, but there's one part of the wall that has never been climbed because it's pretty much impossible. It's been said it's impossible. It's a pipe dream. It's not going to happen. And so this guy, Tommy, you got to go watch it. It's too much it's so good. It's so, like, if you love things like that, like the underdog, and then they come out like, yes. And so at the very beginning, there's this quote that the dad says, and I love it. He says, the best gift you can give to your kid is let them deal with adversity. And I started crying immediately. I was like, oh, yeah. Let them deal with adversity. It's going to make you strong. Don't try to get out of the fight. Don't try to, is it fun? No. But don't try to go like, man, maybe I just need another job. Maybe I need to do that. No. Let him deal with you. Deal with adversity. Deal with it. Because you know what the climb is doing. It's exposing all those things that you thought were awesome. It's just the truth. We don't know what our weaknesses are, right, George? Until you start doing moves you have never done. You think you're really strong. You could kill some grit. Go do CrossFit. There's muscles that you thought you were working everything. No, you didn't. You did not work every muscle. Go try to because I just do sprints, really? Go try to do some long distance running. No. Your knee says, no, thank you. Because you're not working all the muscles. There's slow twitch, there's fast twitch. You have to have endurance. And so different kinds of adversity works you. It exposes your weaknesses. It's not that, oh, man, I miss God. Maybe he's strengthening you in some areas that you are just trying to run from because you don't like it. No one likes that. A little. We like it a little to a certain extent. You're in the climb, church. The minute we declared this place a house of prayer, guess what? Climb. Climb and see what comes. It'll expose, you be climbing for a while, feeling good about myself. We are the prayer team. We are here every morning, 6 a.m. It's hard sometimes, but guess what? 4 years in, same two people. Guess what? Guess what's coming? Guess what's coming to your ear? Guess what's coming? It's not working. What? You might need to just go to you might need to, guess what happens? The flies come around your head during the climb. Flies are flies. Boom. It's hard to climb when you got a swarm of gnats. Have you ever fished with gnats around you? Or anything? I mean, it's frustrating. It's aggravating. There's discouragement. What happened in Zechariah 4? What happened in Nehemiah? Anytime you're going to build something, what happens? You climb, and what happens? Opposition. I mean, y'all, it's the same tactic. Do you quit the climb? No, you learn how to climb to the higher. So I'm watching this Dawn Wall, and I'm like, oh, man. I'm just crying through the whole thing because the Holy Spirit is speaking to me. And the dad says, the best gift you can give to your kid is to let them deal with adversity. What? You don't save them out of the adversity. You help them, but you let them strengthen their muscles. It's not that he's not with you. It's not that he's not even encouraging you. He's watching you, and he's going, oh, don't give up. You can do it. You feel like your fingertips are going right here, but guess what? Hold tighter because you're building muscles. You're building strength. And guess what? Keep trying. Keep going after it. Keep trying. Keep climbing because you'll get to the top because you were made for high places. You just can't quit. Okay? So as I'm watching this, I'm crying and all this stuff, and I'm crying, and then he gets a partner, okay? So they go, it's 3,000 feet up. Can y'all even walk on those, like, glass things that, like, where they're not going to break, but you're like, I get shaky and everything. This is 3,000 feet up, free climbing. Just your fingers, like, fingers and toes straight up a wall, not an incline, and the little crevices are like their whole fingers don't even go in them. It's unbelievable. So his pointer finger gets cut off. No joke. I'm like, what? So his pointer finger gets cut off. The doctor said, you need to find a new sport. He said, I'm made to climb. He starts climbing he gets it. He does it with these. But the key in that sport is you have to have those for the grip. Years of practice. He's back up on the wall. He's back on the wall, and he's climbing. And he's taking the Dawn Wall. And it's taken 6 years. He studies this wall for 6 years for a strategy. Think about that. God gives you a dream. He tells you this is your assignment, and you think, woo, I'm going straight up. You got to get a strategy. You got to study. You got to say, what do you want me to do? This is the problem with the American church. Everything's fast. Everything's fast speed. Everything, we want it, we want it, we want it. It's not going to happen. It's not this. It's not that. It's now I'm offended. And, Jesus never said anything like that. It's climb. It's climb. Do the assignment. Even if no one's climbing with you, do it. You do it. You do it. So he's back up, studies the wall for 6 years for a strategy. He's going up. They start going up. He gets a partner. There's a lot that goes into that. Lots of personal drama goes on into it. That's why they made a documentary. Lots of personal drama, and he overcomes it. He overcomes it, and he has another partner. And the partner is with him. And so they're going up. They're going up. And so the way that you go up the wall for free climbing is they call it pitches. There's one pitch, so your baseline. You go up to the next level, another pitch. You go up to the next level. Do you know what the number of the steepest pitch that they say is a pipe dream is? 513. I was like, get out, Jesus. When that's on the thing, I was like, 513. It's called the virtuoso pitch. You're skilled and you're excellent at what you do. You're skilled and you're excellent at what you do because you know why? You had to keep doing it over and over and over until you mastered it. Look, I'd have been like, I am done. You should have seen. Oh, my gosh. Going for it over and over. And they don't quit. It's day and night. And this was the other thing. Wouldn't you want to be able to see something? I lost it. Baby cried, ugly cried hard when he said, one thing we learned? The best time to climb was at night. The best time to climb was at night. Because you can't see how high you are and you can't see the ground below you. You're focused. You're focused. Where do I need to get next? Where's my next step? Here I'm going. This is what I'm doing. My fingers, you have to place them. You got to be right. Or you fall. Then you got to start over again. But you don't quit. So they became experts. And then obviously they get to the top. And when they get to the top, it's like, oh my gosh. This is the key. This is the key that Jesus knows. That it's worth so much more if you pay the price. That you don't take it for granted. When you get to the top, you know how you got there. You paid the price. You didn't take the easy route. You didn't quit. You took the assignment and you did it no matter what. You got your butt strong. You did what it takes. You didn't go, I'm only going to do it maybe next year, 2019, 2020, maybe. I'm going to get it done then. Guess what? How many times does that happen? That you've got the same New Year's resolution every year. Every year. Every year. It's time that you set a resolve. Because I'm telling you, those who get set in their rightful places, and I mean set, you rise when he says it, you do it. You don't go, well, only if this or whatever. Guess what? You're about to give up your inheritance. You're going to give up your inheritance, and someone else will stand in your place. Because he will get it done. But it'll be somebody else, and on the day of regret, and this is another thing. But these are the things. You don't want to get there. Now, I'm saying this. Understand my heart. I'm not trying to put pressure on you, but I am. That's what coaches do. Coaches don't patty cake you into a win. Everybody don't want to hear like, no, you need to get your butt up and do it. Get up and do it. Get a little sore, get a little dirty, do something different. Get up and do it. Quit whining. Quit saying, but oh, but oh, but oh. Guess what? But oh, Jesus paid the price for you. Get up, count the cost, pay it, and get to glory at the top. It's worth it. When the assignment is done, it's worth it. It's worth it because you will stand before him. And you're like, well, that was just too heavy. He said, because you didn't learn how to climb. You didn't learn to lean into me. See, this is Isaiah 40. The message is comfort, 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 comfort. But in that what? He doesn't say, oh, poor Israel, oh, whatever. No, this is the voice of one crying. Where? In the wilderness. In the wilderness, in the climb, in the places where there's too many valleys, there's too much high stuff, there's all these things. He says in verse 9, arise, now climb the high mountain. He didn't say, oh, just stay right there. No, he said, come on, climb the high mountain. That's where I want to hear your voice. Who is Isaiah 40 connected to in the New Testament? It's John the Baptist. Who's he the friend of? The bridegroom. This is the key to climb. It's the key to everything, but we're just going to make it for the climb right now. You learn who he is in the climb. If you don't say, it's too hard, it's too much warfare, the devil coming after me. Yes, he is, but guess what? You're going to climb still. You're going to climb still because we don't lose. It's not an option. God forbid you choose that. You climb. You climb. Quit making excuses. Quit making excuses. What is your assignment? Seriously, LifeHouse Church, what is your assignment? Our assignment is a house of prayer. If you haven't jumped into that assignment, fine. But we're climbing. We govern the earth. If you don't want to pray, fine. Lose your spot that you're seated with in heavenly places with him to govern the earth. But I'm taking my rightful place, and I'm staying there. I'm staying on my post because you know why? I'm special forces. I'm called to ascend the mountain. Ascend. Who can ascend this hill? Me. Because you know why? I'm leaning in. Do I want to quit? Yes. Do I want to whine? Yes. What have I learned? Don't. It doesn't change the assignment. You may change the assignment. He doesn't change the assignment. You get up on top of that mountain, and when you get there, that's how you get to release the voice, because you learn who he is in the climb. My God sits above the circle of the earth. How did I make it? Because I leaned in. Because he said he spreads out the heavens like a curtain. That's who I serve. Who is your God? You get to have the voice of the Song of Solomon. This is who he is. Because you didn't quit in the climb. He didn't say, stay under this apple tree. He didn't. He said, guess what? That was good. That was a good season. Now, get up. I want to see up here because this is what I've made you for. You were made to climb to glory. That's what the special forces, that was their secret language, climb to glory, and the other one would go to the top. And they knew they were probably going to die. But we're going to the top, and we're going to annihilate the enemy. And he will not win. He will not. This is the season of climbing. Do you know that we are winning? In life, we are winning. Do you know that yesterday when Twitter shut down unplanned, they gained 50,000 followers because of that? That's what the enemy does. That's what happens to the enemy. God says, guess what? They keep on climbing. Guess what? I'm going to turn it around on you. I can't remember the name. I was talking to DeHaviland, my friend DeHaviland. It's in Isaiah. Rabhaka? I don't know. Where the enemy, God turned it around and got beat with his own weapon. beat down like that, dead with his own weapon from the other person. That's what's happening. When you climb, he's strengthening you. He's called you to the highest pitch. He's saying, it's not hard. You're skillful. I'm making your feet like hinds feet. I will do it. If you set your gaze on me, if you climb without whining, not that you can't say, come on, Jesus, give me grace, help. But I'm talking and you go, nobody, start getting that wah, 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 I hate that. I beat my kids when they do that. I'm like, don't do it. Don't be whiny. Don't be whiny. You can explain stuff to me, but don't do it whiny, because I'm shut down if you do it whiny. Like, don't do it. So we climb. We climb, and he gives grace. He gives grace. He takes all of that fear that you can't even do it, all the lies, the accusations. I can't do the climb. I don't even have what it takes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's the beautiful thing about the Dawn Wall. He wasn't good at anything. His teachers actually told him that he was mentally retarded at one point. Really? But his dad said, no, we're going. 6 years old, you're getting on the mountain. Get on the mountain. They put you in jail these days if you did what his dad did. But his dad knew, oh, no, you're not going to listen to any of that stuff. Guess what you're going to do? At a young age, you're going to climb. You're going to climb. You're going to climb. And this is what he's saying to you. This house, this church, we are a prayer movement. This is how we climb. This is how you get to high places. What's your assignment? And are you climbing? Who knows their assignment? That's it? Oh, no, we don't have to hand. Okay. Your assignment is climb. There's an assignment here. You're connected here. That's part of the assignment. That's part of your assignment. You get set on the wall. You take your rightful place. You don't move except up. It's an upward call. It's an upward call. And in the upward call, you get to speak to things and you say, come down, make the level plain. I'm going up, but your voice and your speaking makes the way perfect before you because it's him. Does that make sense? You climb no matter what. You climb, and he gives grace in it because you lean in. And then you get to be the voice. We climb to glory. We don't just talk about it, we do it. This is the thing. Dream big. Dreamers are doers. Or they need to be. Dreamers are doers, actually. Dreamers are doers. You don't just say, I got all these dreams. Guess what? Us who are older know. Every year flies by a little faster. And you're like, oh, man, I hadn't even got to that yet. Man, how am I going to? Because you need to do it. You need to leap. That was part of this climb. It's you had to leap from one pitch to the next to get to the one of them. You had to leap. Just jump. Go for it. If he said do it, you jump and do it. Don't stand before him and say, I just didn't know when. And I was waiting on this. And I was waiting on that. And no. If he gave you the assignment, do it. We do it. We can. We are special forces. We were made for high places. It's all over the Bible. You are seated. This is warfare. This is how you do it. You don't quit. Did you think taking ground was easy? Think about it. Have you ever heard of any battle that was just like not a battle? Somebody had to fight something. Some last longer than others, but it's not easy. There's training. There's training, and then there's war. When they got to the promised land, it wasn't just, let me lay down and eat some fruit. It was war. in the promise. It's war. So what's the assignment? Are you comfortable? You scared to answer? Don't be scared. Don't be afraid. Are you comfortable? Because it's time to get up and move if you are. Listen for his voice. You can only stay there so long. I was hoping I could stay longer because I had had such a long, hard climb before. And I was like, please leave me one more year. And he said, oh, no. And I'm like, ooh, what? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do the night watch. And then the minute you do it, it's like pop, pop, stupid stuff. It's the aggravating stuff. It's the gnat stuff. It's the swatting flies. It's like, Lord, He said, no, because we're going to build the house. Because you know what this shows? He's scared. I know we always say that, but it's the truth. He's scared of your voice. Because you have a place seated in heavenly places at the right hand with him. Get to your spot. Climb. Say it anyway. Pray anyway. Do it anyway. It's the assignment. Well, I'm just not in that season. I got these things and this things and that things, and I'm here. I'm only once every now and then, so you'll get good, nice stuff again. This is the truth. I'm just bringing you the truth. I'm bringing you the truth because this is what I do in every area. We're going to get it done. We're going to get it done. This is the truth. You are going to climb. You're going to climb. And your answer isn't going to be no. You were born to conquer. Climb and conquer. Climb and conquer. Climb and conquer. What's your assignment? What's your assignment? Climb and conquer. Climb and conquer. And it's not for the low. Your baseline doesn't stay here. You add weight every time. You don't get to say, I'm in this season. I'm in that season. When he says climb, that's the season. Because he tells her, can't you discern the seasons have changed? So he tells her in Song of Solomon. So when he says climb, don't say, but I got kids, and I got this, and I got that, and there's this. No. Inheritance, climb. He can't be manipulated, climb. That's what you need to remember. He cannot be manipulated, climb. He doesn't make deals, climb. Just remember what the dad said. The best gift you can give your kid, let him deal with the adversity. He says, making you stronger. Set your gaze on me. Don't lose heart. I'll give you endurance. That's Hebrews. I'll strengthen your feeble knees. Climb. That's what I've called you. Up here. To the top. And he will ask you about it. That's the truth. He's going to ask you about it. Lean in and climb. Lean in and climb because we're going to the top. Abortion is coming down. Racism is coming down. Jesus is coming back. It's not a pipe dream. 513, pipe dream. Not a pipe dream. They did it. We do it. We climb. It's not a pipe dream. Now, if you're not listening and you're not hearing what your assignment is, that's what you need to do. Get your assignment because you have one. But what I feel like he's going to do today, he's going to release grace for the climb, and he's going to teach you, right? There's a teaching. You don't just know how to do it. It's I'm training your hands. I train you. Do you know those special forces? There's a training process. We just think we get the word and we're going to climb. No, I gave you the word. Set your eyes on that. Set them on me. Now we're going to train for it. Start climbing. Start climbing. So I believe today, this is what I felt like the Lord. They're going to come and sing, we're going to speak grace to the mountain. We're going to speak grace to the mountain that you're climbing, and that what comes at you when you're climbing to build. Accusations about who you are. You're not strong enough. You're not good enough. You don't have what it takes. Financial things. This is all Zechariah. All these things in Zechariah. You don't have this. The enemy. Lies of the flies. Beelzebub. Shut up. I'm climbing. I'm climbing. I'm building what he's called me to build. If he's called you to do something, then you're going to climb, and you're going to have grace to do it. And that's what I believe he's going to release today. Some of you you're going to have grace to say yes. You've told him no over and over and over. You think it's too heavy, it's too overwhelming. No, it's not. If he's called you to it, you can lift it. You can lift it. He's going to teach you how to lift. He's going to strengthen your core. If you don't have a strong core, you can't lift nothing. That's just the truth. The body goes along with the spirit and the soul. Body, soul, spirit, train it up. Get a strong core, then you can lift. He's like, oh, you could do a few sit-ups. But guess what? Keep gazing at me. I'm going to make your core stronger. You're going to be able to hold this. You're going to be able to hold longer. You're going to be able to climb higher. Strengthen the core. Strengthen the core. Guess what? Because then you don't hurt your back. Your legs get strong. You don't hunch it over, breaking your back. You learn how to climb and how to climb right. And there's a training. So don't get mad at Jesus when you're only at a certain level. It's about your training. It's about you getting in with the trainer. Don't be mad about your level. Your level is on you. That's the truth. Your level of climb is on you. Not in a bad way, but just know, I'm going to start here. I'm going to start here. And guess what? When a weakness gets exposed, stop a minute. Train. Train. Then you go next level. Train. Train. Then you go next level. I'm going to leave that. Try to go into a class. All awesome. I've seen that plenty of times at the gym. It's funny. Train. It's about training. It's about climbing. It's about training and then climbing, then training, then climbing. But you don't quit. You don't say no. You take the assignment and you do it. And guess what? Then there's breakthrough and you get to the top. So I believe he's going to release grace for some of you well, I know it because he spoke it. You say no. You say no. This is what I want you to remember. He is the captain. He is the trainer. When he says it, that means you can do it. He believes in you. You can do it. Monty takes my grit class. Where is she? I saw her. Monty she could not even, the first time, she could not even do a burpee. Okay? A burpee. She's doing burpees. She's doing tucks. Right now, we have a Tabata track where there's active recovery in it. You don't want to really do active recovery in it because you're tired, but there is active recovery. That's what you have to learn to do. In the climb, actively recover. Actively recover in the climb. I had to counter things. I was like, don't you quit, don't you quit, don't you quit. If I wouldn't have been doing that, she would have quit. But guess what? She got more reps. She got more than George, I think. I know, right? I'm just teasing. Because she was listening. Do you know, this is the truth. This is why I love my job. It all goes together. You can always do more than you think. Always. It's the muscle between the ears. That's what Jesus knows. And Jesus knows that when he calls you, it's not that he doesn't want you to have everything, like leave it all, come with me. It's because he knows it's about the cost. It's the testing of the cost and what you value. So put that as a check on you. What's your assignment and what do you value? Because you pay the price for what you value. Is the climb worth it? Is the ending of abortion worth it? Is the shifting of a nation worth it? Is the salvation of one soul worth it? Ask yourself that. Do you pay the price in prayer? Do you get seated and get set where you're actually supposed to be seated? Or do you like to talk about it a lot on Facebook, or do you actually do it? I'm not being mean to you. It's just Jesus wants to go open the eyes and climb. Open the eyes and climb, because it's about inheritance. What's your assignment and how much do you value it? I actually had a dream about it. And it was 2 types of churches. One gives their inheritance away. I won't go in that today. But that's part of it. That's part of this, the climb. Don't give the inheritance away. You're called, climb and get it. What's your assignment and how much do you value it? How you're doing it, this is just tell you how to gauge it. What you're doing shows what you value. It's always good to look in. I do it all the time. What's the value? What's the price I'm actually paying? What am I willing to do to get it done? And we all have an assignment, and we all have a price to pay. It's a cost. The costly oil gets poured out. So if you need grace, because he's hand clapping you up, he's saying, come on up. He's smiling behind the table. He's like, I got everything you need right here on this table. It's set. Now arise. Let's go. House of wine. Let's get up. Let's get up the mountain. Let's hear the voice up there. Let's shift a nation. Let's end abortion. Let's end, all of this separation in the church and the fighting. Let's end it all. We could do it in a day. In a day, if you set your resolve and say, I'm doing it. It's when you're not settled, you quit, or you don't give the hard enough. When you just say, you know what, 20 seconds, I'm going all out. If I throw up, I throw up. I'm doing it. And you beat your record. And you're like, look at that. I did it. It's the call right now. It's the call of the church. I hear it across the nation. You're in the climb. Don't quit. We are there. We're there. We're this close. We're this close to ending abortion. Look at what the states are doing. It's because we paid the price for 40-something years so far in prayer. You think it was worth it? When you get the victory, you know it's worth it. So, let's stand. I'm sweating. We go to the top. We go to the top. We don't stop in the middle. We don't stop halfway. We go to the top because it's the assignment. It's the call. It's the place that was made for us. Don't despise the training. Don't despise the years. Don't despise the level you are. It's all worth it. It's all important. Every single step. It's part of the process. It exposes things to make you stronger. So if you have an assignment, if he has been speaking to you, if he's been saying in own words, but like he did to me, rise and set, rise and set, rise and set, get on the wall, get on the wall. I'm calling you to prayer. I'm calling you to be a voice in the life movement. I'm calling you to start a business so that you can, whatever, every sphere, whatever it is, if he is calling you to something or you are in it, but you are feeling it, you're feeling the climb, you're feeling the climb, you're feeling the climb, and you need grace, I want you to come. I want you to come up. I want you to come up, and God is going to release grace over you. He will release the finances. He will shut the mouth of the enemy. He will train your hands to climb even when there are flies swarming around your head. You can go ahead and just start playing. God, I'm asking that you release encouragement from heaven, but release a soberment. Wake us up. Wake us up to let us understand our assignment awakens the earth. Our assignment awakens the earth. We cannot afford to say no. So I'm asking you today, Jesus, I'm asking you, strengthen feeble knees. Train hands for war. Release strategy from heaven. Rebuke the enemy, Jesus. Y'all start with the music. Give me some stuff. I want some drums. I want some drums. We set our gaze. We set our gaze. We set our gaze on you, Jesus. And we say, we climb. We set our gaze. Don't wait for me to pray for you. Set your gaze. Set your gaze and open your ears. If you have been telling him no, I need you to say you're sorry to him and tell him why. Say, I'm sorry, Jesus. I'm sorry for not trusting you. I'm sorry for being afraid. I'm sorry for listening to the voices that are not yours, that have been leading me. You're a good shepherd. I'll climb. That's what you need to tell him. I'll climb. I'll climb. Forgive me for saying no. I want my inheritance. I want your inheritance, Jesus.
Oh, I trust you.
We trust you.
You are a good shepherd.
You're a good leader.
You are a good shepherd.
Come on, have your moment with him. It's not about me.
You are a good shepherd. You are a good leader.
Get resolved in your heart.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching today. We really hope you were blessed. Please subscribe to the channel, that way you can stay updated to all of Pastor Stephen's messages. If you would like to give to the ministry, log on to lifehousechurch.us, click the Give tab, and make your donation there. Have a great day.
I love